Hello there and welcome back. We're on to race number 9 of the season. It's Austrian Grand Prix next, but a couple of things to do before that. And the main first thing is to renegotiate that contract with Jenson Button. We definitely want to keep him in the team, scoring points consistently. We're going to give him the higher contract offer. Nothing to lose here. We've got a lot of money in the bank, which is accepted, which is great news for the team. A couple of R&D updates. We've got a minor and major there coming into the factory for us. Upgrading the plank there in the chassis area and tyre blankets. Third overall now on the vehicle performance comparison. Our engine is a little bit short, so we'll be taking some new parts in this weekend, especially the ICE, which was just letting us down that little bit in the last race. Swapping over the energy store. We've done 10 races on that first one, so we'll swap to the next one. And then the driver standings, we go 9th place with 28 points in front of Esteban Ocon and in front of Jenson, our teammate, who is on 17. In the constructors, we're 5th, and that's because of a 2nd place finish for us last weekend in Canada, which means we pick up our first silver trophy of the season. Not a bad one for the trophy cabinet, but let's get into Austria and see how it went. Now, Austria this weekend is a sprint race, so we'll do a quick qualifying recap onto the sprint, which will set the grid for the race. And in Q1, we put in a good performance in P4, 106, absolute flat. Jenson in 10th there, 106 point, just shy of 2. Which means we're both through to Q2, but unfortunately Jenson goes out in P12, and we carry on through, gaining P7. And Q3 to set the grid for the sprint, where P3 for 105.4, which sets a great start for us for the sprint race.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top?
So here we're going as we prepare on the formation lap. Our tyres in a good window to set off for the sprint race. 6 laps of Austria on the soft tyre, 5 lights on the board, and away we go. Charles Leclerc gets away pretty well there. Carlos Sainz covers him. Fernando Alonso gets in front of us, nicely done. He's slow going through that corner, he rides the apex. He was tucking behind him here. We was in front of Max Verstappen there as well. He was right in our tail. Fernando Alonso creeping up on Carlos Sainz. We've thrown it down the inside. Avoided contact with Fernando Alonso. Left him the room. Maybe squeezed him on the exit. But we take 3rd place off Fernando. What a great move that is. Up on the inside of that really tight apex. Fernando's going to throw it down the inside here. We're leaving the room. But he backs out of it. Oh, no, he doesn't. He actually comes right back into it. We take the inside line. Fernando's on. Great racing between the 2 drivers there. Did just think there could have been an absolute calamity there and a collision between the 2 drivers, but Fernando Alonso, he has the experience to know that it's best just to wait your turn and attack on them straights as a complete lap 1 of this sprint race. But there was not too much action after that, and that is because Fernando Alonso and Max Verstappen, you can see, swap places. They was having a mighty battle. Max started to come back into it at the end. We finished that sprint race in P3, which is a great position for us to start the full racing.
Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Our championship leader is still sat at the top of the standings, but welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Jackson, Verstappen, Lando Norris and Joe, Russell, Hamilton, Ocon and Fernando Alonso, Ricardo,
So here we go then, we're going to start the full race in Austria now. It's 18 laps, take a little bit of fuel out of the car. We've also extended the soft tyre for just one more lap. I think we can get 7 laps out of the soft tyre here around Austria. Short laps as we complete our formation lap. Charles Leclerc going nice and slow there. We've got a couple of burnouts there.
Superb parking there, mate.
Leclerc to Sainz, to Verstappen, to me, to Verstappen. Sainz on the medium tyre, 5 lights and away we go. Is Sainz going to be catchable on the medium tyre? As Verstappen goes up the inside. He's been pinched though. Oh, Sainz pinched him. Sainz on his turning didn't give Verstappen the room. We went round the outside. We take the position off of Sainz. Verstappen got stuck behind Sainz. He's now stalking him up the hill. We made a great overtake in the sprint race here. Will Carlos Sainz do the same? He tries it on the inside. Does he get better traction coming out of the corner? Does look like he does. And he gets his car in front. And we'll chase Sainz down here. He's on the medium tyre. He'll be just ever so slightly slow. We try going down the inside there. Slam on the brakes to avoid going into the back of Carlos. As Max Verstappen here just got caught up in that now twice. Just got caught up behind us in the braking zone there. Have to pull out of it. Lost a little bit of time. And he lost a lot of time to Carlos on that first corner. Charles Leclerc away already, a 2.1 second gap to us. Just take that corner a little bit weird there, a little bit narrow. Around the final bend, off the track, just pull ourselves onto it very quickly. That's the end of lap 1. As we start putting some laps in here, on lap 3, top of the track, going downwards on the hill. Look at how well Zhou Guanyu's doing there, in 6th position in the Alpine. Chasing Lewis Hamilton down. You can see Max Verstappen getting closer to us. Lewis Hamilton creeping closer to him as well. We'll desperately need them two to have a fight in this race if we have any chance of keeping this podium position. We're going to need Lewis Hamilton to really put the pressure on Max and just distract him enough for us to build a little bit of time up. That's what we'll be hoping for. To run a little bit wide there through the exit. We only get away with that so many times in this race, using all our battery up here to try and fend off Max Verstappen. Will that prove costly later in the race if we're using all the battery power up now? So Max is sticking to the back of our gearbox. He wants that slipstream all at the hill. So far not managing to get anything out of it. But he's closer on that corner there. He's had to back out again there. Looks like he got too narrow to the car. Lap 5 we're on here, going up the hill. Max Verstappen in the DRS. We've just built enough of a gap here to just save the battery at the minute. Taking that right-hander nicely there. DRS will open back up here for Max.
You're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now.
Oh, look at the tyres. They're not in a great place. The high 30s. Max going up the outside of the inside line, and we'll keep that position. Max just wasn't close enough there. But look at this now. Lewis Hamilton is coming back. And that is exactly what we need. We need Lewis Hamilton to just put a bit of pressure on. The two... Oh! It looked like they collided there. It looked like Max and Lewis collided. Lewis has got past Max, and there's a gap. 1.2 seconds now gap that was down to less than half a second. Let's see what it looks like coming out of this final corner. That is going to be a big enough gap. No DRS for Lewis Hamilton as we come into the pits on lap 8. Optimal turn in there. What's going to be the pit stop time? So 2.4.
Fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
2.4 second stop. We're on the medium tyres on lap 8. 10 laps to get through these tyres. And we'll chase down Nicholas Latifi here, who started on the mediums, going for a long strategy, so we'll have to pass him. He won't go into the pit lane just yet. Look how much faster we are on these tyres. Our car, so much better than the Williams. Will we get him round this corner? Oh, just backed out of it last minute there. Probably know better that we'll take the DRS off him and sail past him here, surely. There we go, our car just throwing himself. Just using the DRS there and round the first corner in front of Nicholas Latifi. Great move. Just clearing the traffic there that we don't want on lap 11. Look how much closer Max has got. He's past Lewis Hamilton. So we'll be hoping for Lewis to come back. Look at Max. What is he thinking about it? Down the inside? No, he just backs out of it. We'll be hoping Lewis backs up. Max backs up into Lewis, and they start fighting again. That give us a 1.2 second advantage before they did that, before the pit stops. That's what we'll be hoping for again. Them aerial views there showing the blue and green of the Forza Jackson Racing livery. Well known for changing their car look every year. Oh, we run massively wide there. Surely starting to pick up some track limit violations. Because Max just can't get close enough. I wonder if Max has got an engine problem or something along those lines. He looks close enough that he should be trying to overtake him. He just can't get close enough. He's side by side here. We take the inside line. Probably going to keep this position. Yeah. Oh, Max got squirrely. Max got squirrely. He went wide. He hit the sausage curb. Lewis Hamilton's overtaken him. He's took advantage of that. And that is exactly what we wanted in this race, because we know that the Red Bulls are faster than Mercedes, which means them two have to fight now. Will this give us that couple of seconds gap we wanted? Yes, it will, as we come down the last couple of corners of lap 18. Max Verstappen 1.5 behind. At one point in this race, they were 3 seconds due to the amount of battling he was doing. Carlos Sainz wins the race. Lap 18 of the Austrian Grand Prix. We go home in P3 with the fastest lap.
What was it that set them apart from the competition today? See that red suit, familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. Take a look at the driver's standings. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Daniel Ricciardo would be my driver of the day. He just outright refused to make